Afternoon, guys. Russ from Willie's Firewood here. It is in between rainstorms right now, so I thought what I would do while I've got Gramp's splitter here is I'd bust up some of the rounds that we couldn't get the Allwood to break. So I've got one on here right now, and I've got some more behind me, but these are rounds that when we put on the Allwood it just said nope, not doing it. So we're gonna give Gramp's splitter a try and see what happens. I know there's not gonna be any issue. I know it's gonna split them, but I'm gonna put you guys down so that you can see the sharpened wedge and what that makes for an effect too, because that makes a really big difference. So enough talking, let's get to work. Solid knot, and it just shears right through it. Okay, so I got a couple of big ash rounds here. I'm going to throw them on, and I'm going to give you guys a chance to hear the wedge work through this. So far, the 4 or 5 rounds I put on hasn't even made the splitter grunt. I'm trying to find something to make it work, but it's not even struggling. Like butter. This next piece is a solid knot. Let's see how this does. I don't even think it's going to make it grunt. I mean, it doesn't split as nice, but it doesn't even try. This is awesome. Look at that. Cut right through that knot. Bust it right out. forklift though. These things are heavy. So this is not the prettiest looking buggy of firewood by any means. I mean, you can see the twisted pieces in there. But Gramp's splitter busted this stuff open like it wasn't even there. My Allwood would sit there and just stall out. Now, don't for a second think that that Allwood is not a good splitter, because when it's running right, it'll split all of this stuff too. But it'll grunt and kick out the D10 and all kinds of other things. This thing never even stopped. I think it kicked down to the second stage once. I'm gonna see if I can spin you guys around after I get this one out in the racks out front and see if I can show you that sharpened wedge slicing through these knots. But honestly, it was making me giggle like a kid, guys. This is cool. It wasn't fast, but I mean, everything that I've been throwing off to the side and was like, yeah, not gonna mess with. No issue whatsoever. I mean, right through it. The big knots on the sides with that sharpened knife, I slice them right off. I mean, it's awesome. So let me go get this out in the racks and I'll show you guys what's happening now that the weather's cooled off a little bit, even though it's raining. And we'll come back and I'll see if I can show you that knife slicing through there. So the 100-degree weather went away. So did the wood in the racks. So they hadn't moved much product in about a week. That's not the case now. We'll get this buggy thrown into the racks here. This will fill a 20 and part of a 30. Then we'll go back and we'll see if we can get some more video of that knife actually slicing through those knots, because I'm grinning. I usually don't have this much fun doing firewood by myself, but all the stuff that we couldn't split before, I mean, yeah, it's not pretty, but sliced right through it. I mean, just like butter, didn't even slow it down. So I gotta get back to work. Okay, it's starting to rain, so I'll show you what we got filled up. I filled up some of a little bit of everything in the racks because they were pretty empty. So let me spin you around. So I got a few holes there. Got the bags topped off. I've got one empty 30 there. We filled both the 20s and a 30. I had two empty 50s here, so I filled that one back up. And I got two more empty 30s here. I filled that $20 one up there. So we put some wood back in. Tomorrow afternoon I'll finish filling these after I get out of work, but right now I'm going to get inside before it stops raining. But yeah, racks aren't looking too bad. So I gotta say, that's probably the most fun I've had doing firewood in a while, even though it wasn't the fastest firewood I've done. Watching that old 50-year-old splitter just kind of chug through that firewood was kind of neat. Gives me some ideas for the Allwood, and we're gonna put those into play. We tore that apart today. Tried to get the cylinder apart myself, couldn't get it apart, so we took it to a company in Lincoln called Ramsey Hydraulics, and they said that they'd have a look at it within the week, so hopefully we get that back pretty soon. The other thing that we're gonna do is I've also got some ideas for the Logfather's Firewood Challenge. He has a timed 1-cord challenge from log length to split firewood, and I'm going to do a couple different versions. I won't post both of the versions to his channel, but I'll post both the versions to our channel. We're going to call one old school and one new school, and I'll kind of explain what those are before we get going. But I'm hoping from log length to a split cord, we can be somewhere in the 35 to 40 minute range. And I think I can even go quicker than that if I can pull some strings and get something else special here before that challenge. But we'll see. So if you like this stuff, guys, give a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.